SeaWorld, killer whales have inspired generations to care for our natural world, and we're excited to share their story with you today.
Killer whales are the ocean's top predator. They use cooperation and communication, not just size and strength, to take their place at the top of the ocean's food web. At the bottom are small animals, like krill. At the top, the apex predator, the killer whale. Killer whales are as big as a bus, faster than an Olympic swimmer, high flying and powerful.
We're going to see all of that today and more. These and other behaviors provide an environment full of enrichment.
We spend days, weeks, months, and years building relationships with our whales. This creates trust, and that allows us to do some amazing things. For example, when you visit the doctor, you present your arm to draw blood, or step on the scale to see how much you weigh. It's much the same with our whales.
Throughout today's experience, you will see these whales moving together in unison. These synchronized behaviors help strengthen social bonds and also allow them to problem solve as a group. This is just one of the reasons why they are known as the ocean's top predator. Their scientific name is Orca. Their common name, the killer whale. These 5 whales have their own personal names: Takara, Sakari, Kamea, and joining us right here out front, Tuar and Kyuquot. Kamea is the youngest whale at 8 years old, and Takara is the oldest whale at 30 years old. Takara is the matriarch of our pod, which means she's the leader. These whales trust us and take an active role in their own health and well-being. Through the use of positive reinforcement training techniques, we teach them husbandry or healthcare behaviors. Joining us on the slide-out are Casey, Caitlin, and Sean to demonstrate some of these behaviors.
Thanks, Jack. Now Casey and I are interacting with the largest member of our SeaWorld Texas family, Kyuquot. And he is currently demonstrating one of the first behaviors that we teach any of our whales. And this behavior is called a fluke present. Now while he emits this behavior, we can get a great look at his entire underside of his body, as well as have access to these easy-to-see shallow blood vessels on the white undersides of his tail flukes. Our veterinarian staff can collect a blood sample from these tail flukes, and we do this at least once every single month during our killer whales' routine monthly physicals, and it can tell us all about how their health is. Now throughout this procedure, the whales are conditioned to remain calm, just like Kyuquot is demonstrating now. You may also notice our trainers give the whales back rubs or tail massages, as Casey is doing now. This is because the whales have very sensitive skin, and it's one of the many ways we can build reinforcing relationships with them.
That's right. Hey everybody, I'm over here on the other side of the pool, and I'm interacting now with 23-year-old Tuar. Now another very important diagnostic tool that we can use is when we weigh the whales. We have a killer whale size scale located in an adjacent back pool, and we ask them to slide up onto the scale just like Tuar is demonstrating now. If you take a close look, you'll notice that there's a really big portion from his dorsal fin down to his tail that's still in the water. Like this, we wouldn't get a very accurate weight. So in order to solve this problem, we can simply ask Tuar to lift his tail out of the water. And by asking him to lift his tail like that, we know that Tuar weighs 8,260 pounds. Now it's very important that we weigh all of our whales, make sure that the younger ones are growing at an appropriate rate, and that our older and more mature whales are maintaining a healthy weight. Collecting blood samples and weighing the whales are just 2 of the many ways that we can ensure that our whales are healthy and thriving.
And the care isn't just physical. Mental stimulation and play are vital, and we surprise and engage with our whales at every opportunity. Play is how killer whales teach their young to hunt. For the adults, play is important too. It seems that they just enjoy having fun. Making time for play is an important part of life for killer whales and for us.
Hey everybody, I'm down here to the glass with my new friend Natalie, and we're going to learn a little bit more about how killer whales learn. They do what's called observational learning. When they're young, they'll follow other members of their pod, even their moms, and here at SeaWorld, they'll even copy us. So why don't we play a game of follow the leader with Tuar, okay? You ready to wave to him? All right, stick your left hand up all the way over your head and give him a big wave. Very nice, Natalie, that was great. You can see, Tuar thinks it was great too. You can see he's definitely paying really close attention. They have excellent eyesight below the water as well as above the water. Out in the ocean, killer whales are oftentimes seen side hopping or jumping completely out of the water to get a better look at their surroundings. So Natalie, why don't we ask Tuar here to show off one of those big jumps? Yeah, take the left hand and just throw it over your shoulder. Beautiful. Tuar saw you, but he decided not today. That's okay, it's not a big deal. We're gonna simply move on to our next thing, which means Tuar is gonna head across the way and meet his next volunteer.
Thanks, Caitlin. Now, Tuar's headed over here to interact with me and John. Now, John, the whales can communicate using a variety of different means. And one of those ways is by making vocalizations with their blowhole, which is located on top of their head. You're going to ask Tuar to demonstrate by giving that first hand signal or you're conducting an orchestra. Excellent job, John. Now, sound waves underwater actually travel 4.5 times faster than they do in the air. So they can make sound by taking their body and slamming it against the surface of the water, either by leaping completely out of the water or using different parts of their body. Why don't you stomp your feet and he's going to make a sound with his tail flukes. Great job, John. Now next I'm going to ask him to make another sound with his tail flukes, and this one's going to be a little bit louder, and I'm going to have you listen at just how loud it is, okay? So why don't you go ahead and stand in front of him, and then turn around and face the audience. And you're going to let everybody know just how loud this sounds, okay? And I need everyone to help out there too with this, all right? So take a close look at just how loud these tails... Oh my God! I had no idea that he was not only loud with those tail flukes, but he could also get you guys wet. It's a good thing I have this towel for you. You're welcome. Let's give it up for our volunteers.
As you can see, killer whales can communicate by making a huge splash. SeaWorld's research and observation of the killer whales in our care has shed some light on many of the mysteries surrounding these incredible animals. For example, we know that the gestation period of a pregnant killer whale is 17 months. That's information that's impossible to be gathered out in the wild. However, there is some information that can only be gained through field observation. SeaWorld works with our partners like the Norwegian Orca survey to further our knowledge. Killer whales are remarkable, powerful animals, and perhaps the best expression of that power is when they hunt.
Killer whales stand apart. They have no natural predators, and just about any other ocean animal can be their dinner. Depending on where they live and their chosen prey, they've developed some epic hunting techniques. Off the coast of South America, killer whales will beach themselves, riding in on waves just long enough to catch prey. They'll also create baits that knock animals like penguins or seals from icebergs. Most importantly, they cooperate, communicate, and coordinate as a team. Here's footage of killer whales corralling a school of herring. A whale dips in and feeds, while the other whales keep the fish together with swipes of their tail fins.
In the ocean, killer whales create ways to hunt. They use fluke slams to stun their prey, and they can even beach themselves up and out of the water. For the whales, it's a fun demonstration, but for you, it's time to get wet. food a day. Depending on where they live and what time of year it is, their prey can vary. Unfortunately, things like overfishing and pollution pose a serious threat to many populations of killer whales.
Killer whales are impressive animals, and it's pretty obvious why they're the top predator of the ocean. That means killer whales are invincible, right? Wrong.
Killer whales depend on a plentiful food source and a clean environment. They're completely dominant, yet completely dependent.
When it comes down to it, killer whales are not the most powerful animal in the ocean.
Your future depends on you.
Through your actions.
Through the choices we all make.
We hold the future of killer whales and the oceans in our hands.
Killer whales continue to surprise and amaze us. They're the perfect ambassador for the ocean. Limitless, connected, powerful. But still vulnerable.
The challenges that we face can seem insurmountable.
Don't give up. Be inspired.
We can make a difference.
The ocean needs our help, and that seems overwhelming. But together, we can make it happen.
There's so much to learn.
So much to protect. So much to explore. The killer whale story is still being written, and there are simple things we all can do to make a difference. All it takes is one choice.
One positive act. One ripple that can grow and grow